Hey, welcome back. So listen,
Episode 20.
episode 19 is a thing. We did record it. It'll be up. You aren't going to know this until next week or in a few days. But I'm going to upload it right after we get done recording. For some reason, I got through 75% of the editing and then just didn't finish it.
So it's good.
Yeah, I got distracted and stuff. So anyway, that'll be out.
This is our Barry Sanders episode.
Who's that? I'm just kidding. I know who Barry Sanders is. And listen, welcome back. Hope you're having a great time. Let's start with Would You Rather. What do you got?
Would you rather be the most skilled player or the most intelligent player?
So here's the thing. I think I'd rather be the most skilled. No, I wouldn't. I'd rather be the most intelligent. Because you can beat people with your brain.
Yeah.
Because
Tom Brady's, or not Tom Brady, Peyton Manning's not the most athletic.
Right.
But he's smart.
He's very smart. Cerebral is that word. Kyrie Irving, best handles in the world, but doesn't win a whole lot of games.
I mean, he got crossed the other day.
But that doesn't mean he.
No, yeah, because
defense. That's defense. He doesn't do that.
No.
The fact that he was in the picture to get crossed is an improvement.
Bro, did you see Russell Westbrook's response to that in the background?
Yeah. He's like, oh. I love that. That was pretty good.
That's
that was Harden crossed him up? That was
Yeah.
Kyrie? Oh, Kyrie.
Yeah.
To be fair, James Harden's not playing defense on the other end, so.
Yeah.
Can you tell about James Harden got that Wizards game? It was 159 to 158.
Yeah, bro. This is what people want now.
Who wants?
The NBA, because I think it's more exciting.
James Harden scored 59 points and wasn't even half of his team's points.
Yeah, what was it? 17 of those were from the free throw line. So if you breathe, if you cough in James Harden's direction, he goes to the foul line.
The thing that makes me angry is we were talking about this last week, was that Anthony Davis also shot 20 free throws in a game, but because he was driving to the basket and they were fouling him. James Harden does it because he swings through people's arms and shit. He doesn't do it in the flow of the game. He goes out of his way to get fouls.
That's why I don't like watching him play.
It's ugly.
Yeah.
Stupid. Hey, fun fact.
Here we go.
The Patriots, okay, going into last Sunday's game against the Browns, if they only played defense, okay, no offensive play whatsoever. If the offense came out and sniped the ball and spiked it into the ground every play, they would be 3-3-1.
Gross.
Their defense going into the game had scored 3 touchdowns and allowed 2.
Wow.
So tell me more about how good Tom Brady is. Without Tom Brady taking a snap, they would be 500.
Before we get into football, can we congratulate the Nationals?
You know what? I got it on the thing. Just give me a second. Fun fact. Oh, dog. Well, it is a fun fact. The Washington Nationals are the only team in any major sport, be it basketball, hockey, or baseball, to win every road game in the series.
In this World Series, nobody won a home game.
And it's never happened. The closest was never. It's literally never been done. The fact that it happened in Game 6 was already history.
You know what confused me? Why did Verlander start Game 7?
Who were they going to have start Game 7?
Garrett Cole.
He pitched Game 6. He started Game 6.
They should have flopped him. The old flippy flop.
What do you mean to do? I'm not the Astros manager.
Well, come on. Put your skipper cap on and go out there.
So here's my theory, right?
Here we go.
Max Scherzer could have played he was scratched from Game 5, right? Max Scherzer could have pitched in Game 5.
They didn't want him to.
They wanted him for Game 7.
Yeah, they were planning ahead. And who won?
The Nationals.
Who pitched in that game?
Max Scherzer started.
Okay.
Pitched pretty decent.
Okay.
He was down 2-1 though.
Well, that's not his fault. That's the offense's fault. If
He
you only allow 2 runs, dog.
Here's my question: why do you take Verlander out of the game and don't put Cole in the game?
I don't know. Look, it didn't work out for the Dodgers very well. Clayton Kershaw, you suck in the playoffs.
So does Justin Verlander. Did you know Justin Verlander has not won a World Series game?
Yeah, he's trash in the World Series too. Playoffs altogether, really.
No, he was good at this playoffs, but in the World Series specifically, he's bad.
Yeah,
which is weird, right?
Yeah, he's got rings though.
So we're on bonus. No, we're on bonus fact. So LeBron James and Luka Doncic played a game.
They were just dueling.
So LeBron James and Luka are for the first time in NBA history, opposing players had 15 plus assists, triple doubles. Luka had 30, 10, and 15. LeBron had 39 or 36, 12, and 16.
It was gross. I threw up a little bit in my mouth when I saw it.
So we're on bonus fun fact.
It's a lot of bonuses.
LeBron James is the oldest player in NBA history to put up 30, 10, and 15, and Luka is the youngest player in NBA to do it. And they played in the same game.
It's dope.
That's crazy, right? Anyway.
People were saying, is LeBron passing the torch to Luka?
To what? To do what?
I don't know.
Is he going to be the next 17-year...
They think so. That's what they're trying to say. That's what they're trying to say.
Luka's good, dog. Don't get me wrong, but he's not...
I mean, he's not doing it to him yet.
He did a little bit. He did a little bit. Hey, so last week we were talking about Andrew Wiggins. Do you remember how we were talking about how bad he was? So I went and looked up...
They were calling him the Canadian Michael Jordan at one point.
Yeah, that was a thing. Coming out of high school. Yeah. So I went and looked up some stats. Just some statisticals, some analytics, some numbers for you.
Some statisticals.
Some staticals.
Some staticals?
So, Andrew Wiggins in the league has 1,038 points this year. Not this year. This might be from last year. No, this is from this year. He has from March of this year.
Okay.
So it's the end of last year.
This year.
Yeah, this calendar year. I apologize. He had 1,038 points on 966 shot attempts. That wasn't the case. At one point, he had more shot attempts than points.
Sounds about right.
It gets worse. Out of 133 players with 500 field goal attempts, Andrew Wiggins is 132nd in field goal percentage.
Gosh.
Out of 46 players with at least 500 field goal attempts beyond 8 feet, he's 45th in field goal percentage. Hey, stop being dumb. I need you to load so I can show more stuff. Because he's bad. He's really, 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 really bad. So this nice shot chart here, red is the league average is yellow. He's blue everywhere. You can't see this. I'll post it in the link dump. Bad. He's historically... that's what the stat is. When it comes to scoring points, Andrew Wiggins is 10% worse than anyone else in NBA history.
Whoa.
That's fact. Nobody else in the NBA is as bad at scoring as the scorer Andrew Wiggins.
I remember at one point when we said that it was a mistake that they traded him for Kevin
Love. Yeah, that's my bad. My bad, Braun. I should have never doubted you.
Yeah, but he didn't need another scorer with him and Kyrie.
That's fair.
He needed somebody that could play defense.
Andrew Wiggins plays really good defense.
That's what I'm saying. Who's better? Who would you rather have?
Playing defense?
On that Cavs team.
Oh, I'd rather have Andrew Wiggins. I really would.
Exactly. So you weren't wrong.
No, but if Andrew Wiggins is 10% worse at scoring than anyone else in the NBA...
He wouldn't be like that with LeBron on his team.
You would only need
LeBron wouldn't give him the goddamn ball.
LeBron would be like, if you don't stop shooting...
Shoot it again.
I dare you. So here's something I want to talk about.
Ask Derrick Rose what happens when you shoot too much. We'll ship you to Minnesota.
Hey, he's getting MVP chance in Detroit.
Yeah. How do you not cry?
In Chicago.
How do you not cry? I would have cried.
I don't cry. I don't have to.
I know. But
listen,
whatever.
So I want to talk about something. So I believe it's New York. I want to say New York.
New York.
No. We'll get taken down when we keep saying that.
No, it's only if you sing it for 2 seconds, it's fine.
Here's the headline. High school football coach suspended for running up the score against undefeated team.
Why?
It is in Nassau County, New York. Both teams were undefeated going into the game. His team won 61-13.
Why did he get in trouble?
Because there's a policy that states if a team wins by more than 42 points, they have to explain why the final score was so lopsided.
That's stupid.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I've always lived by that adage. If you don't like it, stop
them. Also, the committee, the guy who runs the committee, the president or whatever, of the rule makers people, says their first team played in the fourth quarter, and I think that's what swayed the committee.
Oh, okay.
Is it worth beating a team 70-0? Isn't 30 or 40 points enough?
Nope.
Why are you... What are you teaching these kids? Oh, well, I don't have to try anymore.
This is also the generation of participation trophies.
Yeah, I know, but like...
Bro, there are literally little leagues out there that don't keep score anymore.
But the kids...
And every kid in the inning gets to bat. There's no outs. Yeah.
What are you teaching your kids?
You don't have to try to succeed, I guess.
But the
No
whole
one.
point.
It's about the children's self-esteem.
No, but the whole point is you don't like to lose. Try harder, Timmy.
You're not swaying me. I believe that.
Oh, you didn't like that? You missed that ball? Well, you know what that means? You got to go out and practice harder.
Or maybe find a different sport you're better at.
That too. You got to do something, man. I've always hated participation. My brother got one for swimming one time, and I wanted to take it, and my mom told me I couldn't.
It's trash. It's a terrible idea.
You're
not
the
teaching
whole point
kids
is hard
anything.
work.
Yeah.
Like, you have to learn.
Or way to put the good kids and the bad kids on an even keel.
Dude, don't be a bad kid. Get better.
Or don't play.
Scrub.
Find something you're good at.
I mean, sure, but
you're not ever going to be good at everything.
No, but that's okay. That's the thing that you understand. You don't have to get a trophy for everything.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
All right, so where are we doing this?
If you're out there in your 4th participation trophies, give us a good reason.
Please give me a reason. Absolutely. We'll talk about. I'll discuss it more if you so choose. Now, so I went to a Halloween party, which wasn't a Halloween party. It was just a party. It was pretty bad.
It was a party around Halloween.
Yes, and there were people in costume.
Tell people what you went as.
I went as Clark Kent.
That is not. Did you put glasses on?
Yes, I have a pair of glasses. I got my hair and gelled it into a curl.
You feel good about yourself?
No.
You are the personification of Clark Kent.
Exactly.
That's not a good thing.
Why?
He is a Joe Schmo.
Clark Kent is the important part of Superman, not Superman.
No, he's not.
Do you want me to get philosophically on you?
Don't do this.
So listen, I wrote a college entrance essay on why Clark Kent is more important than Superman. Clark Kent is more important because Clark Kent shows you that anybody can be a hero. It's not that Superman is amazing, sure, but the point is that any Joe Schmo walking down the street has that kind of ability in them, and that's what you should be looking for.
So you're saying all I have to do is take my glasses off and I could shoot laser beams out of my eyes?
No, I'm saying it's that anybody can be a hero.
But don't gas me up like that.
Anybody can be
I don't
a
even
hero.
wear glasses. Why can't I shoot laser beams?
Moving on. So anyway,
I get why you like Superman. That doesn't mean you're gonna sway me at all.
I'm not trying to sway you. I'm talking about Clark Kent, not Superman.
Who's his alter ego?
Who's alter ego?
Who's Clark Kent's alter ego?
Listen, so I was talking to this guy at the party,
there we go.
And he was the only person I could really talk to because he was pretty drunk, but the rest of them were very drunk. It was a terrible time. But
speaking of being drunk, this guy saved me one time. While I was drunk, he drove me home.
I did. And you yelled at a guy at the car and almost got us in a fight.
I would have gotten my ass whooped.
I wouldn't have let you.
I don't think I've ever thanked you enough for that.
Anyway.
You ever been so drunk that you barely remember yelling at a stranger? That's how drunk I am.
To be fair, the guy was driving like an asshole and did almost hit us. But.
See? So at least I had a reason.
You had a reason.
Even drunk me knows how to drive.
He just wasn't driving the car. Anyway,
absolutely not.
So I'm at this party, right? And I meet this guy. His name's Jeff. We've actually talked to him before. I'd never met him in person. We talked on video games, right? And so I'm talking to him, and I come to find out he loves sports. Finally. So we're talking sports, right?
Thank
and
God.
We're going back and forth. He's a Spurs fan, so like I don't know if he's really a sports fan. Shout out to you, Jeff. But anyway, so he said something profound that I had never thought about, and maybe you have, and you're going to think I'm stupid for saying this. But Jeff says, James Harden is the Melo of today's era, of today's NBA.
I've never thought about it in that context.
But it fits, right?
Yeah.
A scorer who's not going to do anything in the playoffs.
Yep.
Wow. Jeff, shouts to you. He said he loves podcasts, and he listens to them all the time, so maybe if you're listening, Jeff, shout out to you. Appreciate it. That's interesting. It's very accurate.
I'll tell you what, he can be a Spurs fan. It's fine by me. As long as he doesn't say he was a Golden State fan, now he's a Clippers fan, but before that he was also a Heat fan.
See, I got a lot of frowns because I'm not a fan of any one team, that I'm a fan of the player.
So explain this to me.
Yeah.
Why is that okay for you to do in the NBA, but not okay for me to do in college football?
Because you don't have a player you like. You don't like anything.
No, I like it all. I like it so much that I'm not going to subject myself to the scrutiny and the crybaby-ness that you do.
Who is crybaby?
All Notre Dame fans. Because they think they should just come out and be undefeated every year without playing a single game.
Why you say it like everybody you know is like that?
Every other Notre Dame fan except for you.
Okay, but I want you to emphasize that.
You are the exception to the gross rule that is being a Notre Dame fan. I've had someone look me into the windows of my soul and tell me that if Notre Dame can get Clemson last year, they'd have been able to beat them, get revenge, and then go on to beat Alabama. Eye contact and said that with just a sincerity that I
Hey, they came back. They came from behind with a 2-minute drive to win the game today.
Who'd they play?
It's not important.
No, who'd they play?
Virginia Tech.
Oh, gosh. Ian Book out here.
The Hokies.
That's all you need to know.
You know who played for Virginia Tech?
Michael Vick?
Michael Vick.
No, you know who else played for Virginia Tech?
Tyrod Taylor.
Marcus Vick.
That's a fact. You remember Marcus Vick?
No.
I always put him in Madden.
He played. What did he switch to wide receiver for like a nanosecond?
Yeah, I played with Pat White too.
Why? Why did you do that to yourself?
He wasn't that bad as
just
rookie.
change Marcus Vick's name to Mike Vick and just run around. It's fine. No one will ever know the difference.
I drafted a quarterback whose last name was Vick one time, and I changed his first name to Michael.
You should have. Proud of you.
Kind of had to, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, enough about Madden. Shout out to you, Jeff. Appreciate it. So I'm gonna pause real quick, and I'm gonna show you a video of something Skip Bayless. Are we doing Skip Bayless? Nah, we're not doing Skip Bayless yet. Let's talk about The Fiend.
You want to talk WWE real quick?
Let's just do WWE.
Crown Jewel came up.
So listen, Crown Jewel is generally speaking horrible.
Terrible.
Most of the time, it's awful.
It was pretty bad this year.
It was pretty bad. Listen, did you watch Tyson Fury's entrance?
No, I didn't watch any of it.
Bro, go Tyson Fury. I think they used every fireball and laser on the planet Earth.
Just in one entrance?
In one, like literally, they had to go restock to do somebody else's entrance.
Skip that. You didn't have a problem with him beating Braun?
I told you he was gonna win.
Stupid.
Why?
And then Cain Velasquez lost to Brock. You want to know why?
Because Brock wanted to get his win back.
Nope. Cain blew his knee out.
Is that what happened? I heard something.
People are saying that.
I heard something like that. Because he's going to be out for a while. Is what they said.
If you put the belt on Cain, that frees up Brock to go to Raw like he did anyway.
But he's just taking the belt with him.
Yeah, they're swapping belts.
Right. So the most important thing is that Bray Wyatt.
It might have changed things backstage, bro. That's what I'm telling you. They might have wanted to put the belt on Cain Velasquez, not Cain.
And have him
and then Bray lose. Yeah. Yep.
If the Fiend
we really shouts out to Cain Velasquez
taking
for
one for the team.
Out.
Good for you, dog. Look, I'll pay for your.
I'm not saying that's true, but I'm saying
I hope hope it's wrong, but it turned out nice.
I mean, for those of you that don't know, I don't think anybody that listens.
No,
we literally talk about wrestling just for me and you.
Yeah, it's a fact. Listen, here's the other thing that I've been criticized that we don't talk about enough anime or video games, but I know that 90% of our audience doesn't care about that stuff.
All right, well after that, we could talk about an anime. I got an anime we could talk about.
You been watching My Hero?
Nope.
Then there's nothing to talk about.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
I do love that show.
Huh?
OG?
Yeah.
Where you at?
I don't know.
What are you watching it on? Netflix?
Yep.
They don't have all of it.
Well, I'm watching what I've got because I'm tired of you talking shit to me.
About what?
No, I haven't seen it.
You really had... Oh, good for you. You'll enjoy it. It's a good time.
The first episode was a bit much.
Look,
I was like,
make yourself feel better and understand that when they talk about the Shadow Realm or...
I was talking about hell, I know.
Oh, yeah, they're killing people.
So, but here's my question.
I have an answer.
When does Karibo come out to play? Because he's the GOAT.
Later in the series.
So they just break the actual game.
Okay,
right?
so what the rules of the actual human life card game, they don't apply in that because that shit came out first and it wasn't supposed to be a real life game. They adapted the show into a game. So when you're like, you can't do that.
Just fusing cards all the time.
Yeah, they have some crazy shit. Like, have you gotten the fight with Seto and Yugi on top of the castle?
No.
Okay.
Seto just showed up. That's where I'm at.
Is he about to beat the shit out of Joey?
Yeah, he already did.
Oh, I love that. When they got the new duel thing where they slide
Joey's
out.
Trash.
He gets better, dog.
No, he's trash.
He gets better.
He has red eyes, Black Dragon for no reason.
It's his signature.
Bro, his first duel, Yugi won it for him. He didn't even see what his cards were. He was just like, yeah, fucking heart of the cards, bud.
So here's the thing.
Hold on. Speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh, real quick.
I love Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, me too. Jordan was telling me that he learned the official rules and stuff. Says the game sucks. Like actually playing the cards.
Yeah, I know how to play the real game.
He says he didn't like it
Because you have to sacrifice and make things happen.
It's probably because you don't actually get to see him.
Yeah, well, that too. But you don't. It's like you can't just summon Blue Eyes because you want to.
That's why, to me, I think that the video games are better.
You still have to sacrifice.
No,
the games
yeah,
have
but you
the
actually
same
get
rules.
to see Blue Eyes. So you don't have to use your mind's eye, you know.
But dog. You see, there's like a 2-second animation of Blue Eyes, and then it's just cards. I'll show you the game before you go.
You already did.
Oh, on my Switch?
Yeah.
Shout out to Nintendo Switch and Yu-Gi-Oh.
Hashtag Heart of the Cards.
I've got a whole bunch of cards. I think they're at my mother-in-law's house.
I pissed my wife off. So I asked her like every episode, like when they were dueling. I was like, babe, do you believe in the Heart of the Cards?
You got to. So what it is, for example,
here we go.
There's a channel called TGS Anime. He does mostly Yu-Gi-Oh content, and I've been following him a lot recently. And the protagonists have a special ability. At least 2 of them do. Yugi, the Heart of the Cards, he literally just can make it happen, so he draws the card he needs. That's why he does.
That's literally what happens in the show, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I'm saying, but not everybody has that. Like, it's a thing only he can do.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's cheating.
Yeah,
but he's also
sure.
an ancient pharaoh from Egypt, so.
He's walking around with a puzzle box around his neck. Of course, he's a cheater.
He's
transforms into a different person, but doesn't even realize he's doing it.
Yeah.
He goes from little kid voice to daddy voice.
And why does he wear his shirt like a cape?
I don't know.
And his hair's different. Like it's all different.
No one addresses it. Everyone's like, yeah, fucking. He just gets taller when he's playing.
No, because Taya does later in the show. There's another tournament, and Taya's like, she mentioned something about.
You know who I hate? What's her name with the harpies?
Mai?
I hate her.
Why?
Because all she does is just harpies. That's all she does.
Yeah,
I hate it.
But
do something else.
What do you want her to do?
At least Kaiba can fuse his dragons and make a fucking
really big one.
Yeah.
Okay, but what about Weevil Underwood? All he uses is insects. And Rex Raptor.
Weevil. Those two are the worst.
So bad.
First of all, his name is fucking Weevil.
So bad.
And Rex Raptor? Really? He had two dinosaurs? He put his name together?
He had to be a dinosaur.
He had to.
Like his mom was like, you know what? Fucking Rex, I guess.
Yeah. Look at him. He came out sounding like a T-Rex. Anyway, we're talking about wrestling.
Yugi boy.
He is a pedophile. There's no doubt about it, right? Look at the look in his eyes when he says Yugi boy. It just
dog. Do you
he's
remember
not sending him to the shadow.
You don't know yet, dog. He at the World Championships, he's dueling a guy, and he goes, "I'm not gonna duel you." That's how bad you are. He calls a kid out. Yeah. I love that. The biggest flex in Yu-Gi-Oh, dog. He's just like, hey, you know what? Do these 3 moves. Have a nice day. But
so did he have to pull his eye out, put that in? Or am I thinking like too far into it?
No, he definitely had to pull his eye out.
That's gross. It's not for little
kids. To be able to see into the future?
He cheats.
Yeah? He looks through your eye and sees your cards.
Cheater.
Cheater, pumpkin eater, fall.
Had a wife but couldn't keep her.
I got nothing else. Anyway, so back to Crown Jewel. So Crown Jewel, like I said, was
overall terrible.
To be fair, compared to last year's.
Okay, explain to me. Okay, so there was Team Hogan versus Team Flair.
Yes.
It was literally just Roman Reigns taking on 5 people by himself.
Do you not? You only watch the highlights, or did you talk to somebody?
I only watched the highlights.
Okay. The match itself was it was a long match, and everybody got in, dog.
Except Roman Reigns was just Superman punching everybody.
That's what he does,
bro. So why is wrestling just evolved?
Can we talk about something real quick?
Go ahead.
Team Hogan, right? Did you notice anything about his team?
Were they all white?
No, they were all black or colored of some kind. They're like, look, Hulk Hogan's not racist.
You're right. Yeah, you got Rusev. You had
Roman Reigns, Bobby Lashley.
What's his name? No, Bobby Lashley was on the other team.
Was he? I just knew there was a black guy.
Because he's a heel right now.
Yeah, you're right.
Because he's banging Rusev's wife.
It's really stupid.
There's a really weird storyline.
Do you know why Rusev and Lana broke up?
Uh-uh.
Because Lana said Rusev wanted to have sex too much. So she left Rusev to go have sex with Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, he says he's a sex addict, right?
Yeah.
You know Bobby Lashley in real life has gotten death threats over that?
Really?
Yeah, bro. Like,
But the people who send death threats to wrestlers about a fake storyline, those people don't have any teeth, dog.
No, and they don't have a life.
They are.
I am amazed they know how to work the interwebs. Which is exactly what they call it.
Oh, 100%. Like, fire up the old machine, get me on them interwebs.
Still on dial-up.
I gotta go talk to that Bobby Lashley N-word.
Oh gosh!
Tell me those are the people.
But like says it legit.
At the party, there's this dog super drunk.
Oh gosh, no! Don't say it.
He didn't say the hard version. He called somebody a bitch ass N-word, I was like, bro.
Can I tell you how awkward it is when a white person looks you in the eye and says it? Like you nope, not okay.
But it's
I'm
like a friendly thing.
Yeah, nope.
Not for you. I mean, obviously you can't say that.
Be like the rest of us and say it in your car during a song.
So,
JK, I really don't say that. Don't.
Please don't. I don't.
No.
FBI, don't come get me. So, really?
I edit it like there's Obama sitting in passenger.
But for real, Crown Jewel really. It
was terrible.
It honestly wasn't. It honestly wasn't.
The Cain Velasquez Brock Lesnar fight was terrible. It was essentially a UFC fight.
But if it's true that he got hurt and it turned into that.
No, it was from the ding, ding, ding.
I know,
they
but
were squaring up, which I know Brock was probably petrified.
Brock
he remembers the last time this happened.
He was cacking his pants.
He's like, hey. These kicks are fake.
It's fake, please don't. He threw a real high kick. Like,
an instinct would kick in, and that's why I would be scared.
Because...
Yeah, bro.
You're afraid
actually... Remember, this is a square ring, not an octagon. Please don't kick my head off in front of all these people.
I agree. The Cain and Brock fight wasn't good.
Tyson Fury, Braun Strowman, terrible.
No, it wasn't terrible.
Yeah, it was terrible.
It wasn't.
It was terrible.
Tyson Fury took bumps, bro. When was the last time you saw a celebrity come in and take a real bump? Exactly. What I'm saying is he came from a boxing ring, was walking around the WWE arena for 2 minutes.
Before we really get into this, can we talk about how just out of shape Cain Velasquez looks?
Yeah, he looks
terrible.
He looks terrible.
Like, if you didn't know UFC...
We talk about how the time Brock Lesnar F5
Rey Mysterio on top of his
Cain.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
It was amazing. Highlight of the night. So, Tyson Fury versus Braun. I respect the fact that Tyson Fury came in and took bumps.
He didn't just come in the ring, knock him out 1, 2, 3.
Right. He came in, he took a bump. It was like an entirely too long 8-minute match. The thing that bugs me was Braun was getting back in the ring and Tyson punched him and knocked him out. And then on the 10 count, so he counted to 10, Braun's like, I can't get up. 10, he goes, raw, and then gets back in the ring and power slams him.
Of course.
But
that's the way they both win and lose at the same time.
Yeah, I understand. It's just cheap. Like, everybody knows what you're doing. Main event was a 21-minute last man standing, false count anywhere. I'm sorry. It's 2 different matches. False count anywhere. Cannot be stopped for any reason.
Seth Rollins versus the Fiend. I saw he curb stomped him on the concrete.
Yeah, he curb stomped him 8 times total in the match. So
I know you called me yesterday.
I did.
So obviously these fine people don't know
they don't.
The conversations we have, which is probably good because if they knew how we were not being recorded, it's pretty similar except more rambly.
Way more rambly. We filter ourselves. It is now. If it's not, we're going to put it on a t-shirt.
#Rambly.
And Rambly Rabbit?
That you can't just make stuff up.
No, it's from the Firefly Funhouse.
Is it?
Yeah, something Ramble Rabbit, I think.
So
he got eaten by the buzzard, dog. R.I.P.
Is he dead?
He's always dead. He's like Kenny from South Park. He dies and comes back every episode.
All right.
Anyway, what were we going to say about our phone call?
Oh, so it's essentially you called me all geeked up because you called the news that I got that the championships.
I did, in fact,
switching shows, which is good.
So if you don't understand how we got here, the Brock was holding the WWE Championship, and Seth Rollins was holding the Universal Championship
going into Crown Jewel.
Now Brock retained his title, and
because Kane's knee exploded,
because Kane's knee is bad, and he's gonna be out again. And the Fiend then beat Seth finally, and he won the Universal Championship. And I called him yesterday. It was today maybe, and I said, look, I think that Kane is going, because after I found out, so on Friday Night SmackDown, which was NXT Takeover, because do you know why? Almost none of the people from Saudi Arabia could get back.
Really?
Yeah, they were being held for some reason, and none of them could get back.
That women's champion for NXT,
She's a freak, bro.
Baszler or some shit. She's scary.
Yeah, bro.
I legit think she could beat me up.
Yeah, she looks really good. So
she did that flying knee to Bayley.
Yeah,
that was dope.
Dog, she looks tough. So the reason they had an NXT takeover is because superstars couldn't get back.
Makes sense.
Not everybody.
So everybody that didn't go.
No, because Brock was there. So a few people got back. Not all of them. Like Roman and a bunch of them had to stay back for some reason, and travel issues. And so Brock gets in the ring and says, WWE won't give me Rey Mysterio, because after the fight, Rey Mysterio came and beat him with a chair, I think, at Crown Jewel, and he was mad about that. He's like, all right, I'm fighting Rey now, and he says he went to Vince McMahon, and it's like, sorry, he's on Raw, you're on SmackDown, we don't have that, you're different superstars. So Brock comes in the ring and says, fuck it, I'm going to over there anyway, and there ain't shit you can do to stop me. Call the Navy, call anybody you want. Brock Lesnar's a Raw superstar on Monday.
You know why they did that, right?
To switch the championships.
To literally give us our way without giving us our way.
Right. So now Brock is the champ of SmackDown, and because The Fiend won, he gets to stay champ on SmackDown.
You think they're going to change the belt to blue instead of red?
I think they should make it like a weird... Let him hold... Dog, he's got to hold it at bare minimum through WrestleMania, right?
Here's how you make The Fiend lose. You do the classic. He loses without losing. Does that make sense? So you do
Isn't
it like
what they tried to do with Seth?
No, like triple threat, bro. Like he's not the one that gets pinned. If you take the belt off him, that's how you have to do it. That's what they did. I think that's what they did to Ronda Rousey, right?
Yeah. But here's my problem though: is
ew. By the way,
leave her alone, dog. She's fine.
Teach her how to talk on a microphone.
Teach Brock how to talk on a microphone.
He doesn't need it. He's got the greatest.
That's a
hype man of all time in wrestling.
So can I get Paul Heyman to be my hype man? How much would it cost?
Oh, you don't have enough money, bud.
How about this? Do you think, like,
just
how much...
I want him to say my name the way he says Brock Lesnar.
Right?
I don't have a cool enough name. Core. And you're like, you just call him Core?
You know what I want him to do? Is I want him to get my voicemail machine.
Oh, that's dope.
Like, I want him to talk shit. Like, give him cut me a minute promo for my voicemail. So when people call,
I would call you all the time, and I'd be mad when you answered.
You know I don't want to hear you.
Come on, I was having a bad day.
I just want to hear Paul Heyman. Anyway, so the Fiend is finally WWE
Universal
Champion.
If you call Brock Lesnar on his phone, does Paul Heyman answer?
100%. But the thing that makes me sad is Brock Lesnar's voice is not.
That's why. That's why. I honestly think that's why. And he's not great at cutting promos.
When he started, bro, he's talking for himself.
Yeah, and he's not
great.
He's not intimidating.
No.
You are a big scary man until you open your mouth. It's literally like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
To be fair though, so he's gotten better at talking to Mike. On a mic? Do you remember last year when he came into the UFC ring?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so DC last February.
Daniel Cormier, for those you don't know.
2018, he knocked out Daniel Cormier. Or Daniel Cormier knocked out Stipe in like a minute and a half. Knocked him cold. He's in the ring. They're talking. Joe Rogan's interviewing him. He says, "Hey Joe, can I borrow this mic real quick?" He says he's talking his shit, and then he says, "There's someone else. My next fight, I'm gonna beat. I'm gonna beat you. He was a heavyweight champ here. He's a heavyweight champion WWE, and I'm tired of his bullshit. Brock, get your ass in here." Brock's big ass walks from the front row. When he gets in the cage, he's taller than the cage. Daniel Cormier is my height.
Yeah,
okay?
bro.
And Brock walks up to him, he's talking shit, and DC's like, and Brock shoves his ass across the ring. And DC's like, he gets this look on his face like, are you playing or are we about to fight? Like, how's this gonna go? And DC's like, pretend to like get at him, but he's behind all the guys in red.
For sure he is.
My favorite part of the whole video, right? Brock comes in. He is his WWE scary face is not the same as the scary face he wore when he gets in the UFC.
Well, it's because it's a different Brock. One is pretend, one is real,
bro. And so he gets that look on his face, right? And he shoves DC, and DC's got the best friend you could ever have in your entire life. Okay, like when you talk about somebody riding with you no matter what, it comes down to when Brock Lesnar comes and shoves your best friend in the ring, what are you going to do about it?
Bro.
This little dude doesn't even come up to Brock's waist, bro. He shoves Brock. He's like, hey, he's talking shit to him. And
Brock's looking around.
Bro, Brock didn't even move. He like nudged. And the guy in red goes, okay, you need to get out of the way. And Brock then goes and calls all of the heavyweights in the UFC, motherfuckers, you all suck. I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to beat his ass. And then I'm going to come back and be the champ or whatever. And he left. But it was amazing.
You know why he says that? Because Cain Velasquez is retired. Is that aggressive?
A bit. But anyway, I'll show you the video, and I'll link it in the description for y'all. It's amazing. Like, DC has the look on his face like, is he cutting a promo or am I about to get fucked up? Now, granted, in a UFC fight, DC would win. Because he would just pull Brock to the ground, which sounds like you don't want to wrestle with Brock Lesnar.
I say Brock's
Yeah, but DC can actually punch and wrestle.
Okay. Yeah, for those of you that don't watch UFC, Brock was more of a, I'm going to lay on top of you and just get points type of guy.
I'm going to get points, and also my hands are the size of frying pans, so I'm just going to hit you a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just enough for you to feel it.
Which, to be fair...
No, that's a lot.
They had to custom make Brock Lesnar's gloves.
4X.
And I'm not bullshitting. They
4XL.
literally had to make him some gloves.
All right, so
I guess
we got our way finally, fella.
We did. I'm so excited. RIP. I'm going to pause it real quick, and we're going to start Bullshit Skip Bayless says, I need to show you some clips of what he said. Actually, we'll save that for later. I'll introduce you when I do it again. So, Bullshit Skip Bayless says, how are y'all doing today?
We really need to get a ditty.
We gotta. I'm working on it. Anyway, hey.
And an intro and an outro.
So,
we need to get this professional.
Last weekend,
here we go.
The Chiefs played the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, gosh.
Great game. Aaron Rodgers did some shit that shouldn't
Aaron Rodgers hit him with a flick of the wrist. Ooh!
Dog. And the fadeaway falling.
So here's my question. Was that on purpose? Or was he throwing it away?
No, he meant to do that.
It literally reminded me of Joe Montana's throw to the back of the end zone to Dwight Clark. Except it wasn't high.
Right. It dropped
in the back of the end zone.
So here's the thing. Aaron, after the game, said, I was trying to hit Jimmy Graham, and he missed Jimmy. And it happened to land there. I don't think he's even falling away.
Nobody's that accurate, right?
No, that inaccurate. He missed Jimmy by like 10 feet.
Yes, I'm saying nobody. No, I'm saying he didn't mean to hit that guy in the back of the end zone.
No, but
that guy bailed him out.
No, I'm saying he's being modest. He said, I saw a flash in the back of the end zone. I got lucky that he caught it, but
that was a hell of a catch.
He was saying he was throwing it to Jimmy Graham. That ball was like 10 yards over Jimmy Graham's head. Like, even falling away, he's not that inaccurate. Like, he didn't miss that bad, is what I'm saying. There's no way he missed that bad.
I disagree. Aaron Rodgers couldn't even tell you the definition of modest.
That's fair. I don't know. I'm saying this on purpose. I think in 20 years, nobody's going to remember. They're going to pull up that highlight when he gets inducted into the Hall of Fame and be like, look at this shit.
He's a first ballot guy, right?
With another Super Bowl.
I don't think so.
He could be a first ballot.
Sitting here right now, he's top 3 in the league right now.
Oh, easily. All time, though? Not yet, right?
No, top 10?
Yeah, probably. On talent, though. Jeez.
Yeah, on talent alone,
Aaron Rodgers is a freak.
Top 5, bro.
Yeah, so anyway, all of that to say, he didn't give Aaron Rodgers any credit.
Of course he didn't.
He's like, Aaron Rodgers is any good. He said Alan Lazard, he was talking about how good Alan Lazard is again. He said he was the player of the game when he caught the game winner against Oklahoma, which we talked about last week. He had 3 receptions for 69 yards in that game, and the touchdown.
I mean, that's not bad. 3 catches, 69 yards.
Bro, but he said he was the player of the game.
Oh, no. Aaron Rodgers was.
No. In the high school, in the college game 2 years ago.
Oh.
He was saying in the game, well, he was the player of the game. He caught the game winner. Of course he's still balling out in the NFL. Dog, he had 3 receptions in a college game.
Yeah,
for 69 yards and a touchdown. Like, that's not, like, that. You wouldn't even think, you'd look at the stat box and go, oh, okay.
That was a reason why he went undrafted.
Right, but he's trying to say that he shouldn't have been undrafted?
I mean, a lot, but you have like 4 or 5, 6 guys that go every year that should have been picked.
3 undrafted free agents starting wide receiver for Green Bay.
Is Devontae Adams going to play this year or this week?
Maybe.
I hope
He's
so.
practiced. He
I
practiced.
hope so.
Why?
Because I got him on my fantasy team.
Get out of here.
Your family better
Excuse
watch
me.
it. This guy's making a comeback hardcore right now.
Are you? You 3 in a row?
Yeah.
I'm 2 in a row. I'm going to lose this week, though.
Oh, I'm probably... Your mom's going to beat me again.
I'm considering starting Lamar.
I started Jimmy. Got me 28 points.
Jimmy G?
It was
Porn
either,
star
it was literally-
Jimmy?
They were literally playing each other. So I was like, there's no way I'm starting Kyler. I mean,
absolutely not.
He only got 5 more points than Kyler did, though.
Kyler played well.
28 points from your quarterback, not terrible.
He was okay. So, coming up next, Skip said,
Skip Rooney.
if Aaron Rodgers was the quarterback of the Patriots, he doesn't think they'd be undefeated.
Whatever, man.
Bro, do you, listen, we said this a couple weeks ago, and I actually, physically, it hurts me. Like, I don't do this because I like it. I do it because we need content.
I'm going to give you that. I can't watch Skip.
Jeff, the guy I talked to at the party, said the same thing. He's like, what am I, a moron?
I can't watch him. I can't.
And I know he does it for the lulls, but oh boy.
It's not funny to me. It's obnoxious.
It is rough.
It is, yeah.
It is.
RUFF.
With a double F.
Maybe, you know what?
It might be capital Fs.
And might be triple F.
FFS? If you don't know what that means, kids, Google it. The Patriots. He says it's time to worry about the Patriots' defense. They gave up 159 yards rushing to the Browns.
Okay.
But they only gave up 13 points. That's the thing with
Bend don't break.
Right. With the Patriots' defenses for the last 20 years, they've been top 10 in almost every season in scoring defense. How do you win a football game?
Don't let your opponent score.
Or score more points. Yeah, you have to score more points than your opponent, and so if you let them not score more points, you win.
Yep.
Okay, so, they gave up 160 yards rushing.
Bend don't break. Who
They
cares?
only gave up 13 points, so I'm not worried about it.
No, I'm not either.
Anyway, he said Utah got Barjanovic from the Pacers. Remember that was a big trade? They had Mike Conley. They got...
No, wasn't it? They signed him in free agency,
They signed him in
right?
free agency, I apologize. But they got Mike Conley. They got Barjanovic. They got Donovan Mitchell. They look like they're going to be a good team. Yeah, for sure. And Barjanovic, we were like, he's a good shooter. Like, he's going to... Skip was like, nah, Barjanovic, the reason LeBron played so well against them is because he wasn't playing that game.
Whatever.
He's a good defender on LeBron.
We literally, when we went and watched him in Indy, Barjanovic was there.
Yeah.
He didn't slow LeBron down at all.
Nobody slows LeBron down. They do now,
You
but
can.
not then.
You can
Okay, so...
put a stop sign up, see if it works.
Do you know what LeBron did in that series against the Pacers? Mm-mm. I think he averaged 40.
Okay, then.
Tell me more, dog.
Right.
They were talking about, when they talk about the 300 wins for Bill Belichick, they were going back and forth, and it always comes up with Skip almost every show, if not every show, once a week, about how, Tom Brady had the greatest performance in Super Bowl history against the Eagles.
He lost, though.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
He threw for a playoff record 505 yards.
Did he lose? Did he lose?
He did.
It
But here's
matter.
the thing. Tom Brady got the ball with 3 minutes left and got strip sacked and gave the Eagles the ball back.
To end the game.
No. He had two
okay.
chances.
Okay.
The first one he got fumbled on. He got strip sacked. And they kicked a field goal or whatever. To put him up like, 6 or whatever it was. And then he got the ball back again and still couldn't do it. But
that wasn't his fault.
No.
Somebody else's.
Yeah, it was Bill Belichick's.
Yep, sure it was.
Because Bill Belichick's vaunted defense gave up 45 points to the backup quarterback for the Eagles.
No. They ran into a hot team with a Nick Foles who was literally playing out of his mind.
He played really well.
Out of his mind. The whole playoff series.
Yeah. But it's Bill Belichick's fault.
Whatever.
You're going to point to the one time in Tom Brady's tenure that the defense let him down. That's weird.
No. You said it wrong.
Oh.
The one time Tom Brady couldn't lean on his defense.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because, sometimes your defense has a bad game, you're supposed to step up.
Like the 49ers this week.
Let's not talk about them, Doug. So, when people bring up Michael Jordan and LeBron James and put them in the same sentence, Skip Bayless has a heart attack. He says that's blasphemy of the highest order. But John Gruden said that playing Deshaun Watson is like playing Michael Jordan. Playing against him.
In what way? How do you compare them to?
Also, that's not the only time that's been done. Dabo Sweeney called him. He's going to be Michael Jordan.
I don't like that people compare different sports to each other.
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me either. But
in a 5-on-5 game, one player makes way more of a difference than an 11-on-11.
But he's saying the clutch gene. I think is what they're pointing at, and the intangibles, the leadership, the mentality, the I guess probably the competitive nature.
Why not compare him to like John Elway? Remember when he just the 99-yard drive?
That's the second time it's been done, dog. That's all I'm saying. Whatever. But Skip is like, no, I can see that. I accept that.
He's fucking shit.
So you just hate LeBron like that, bro. Where the dude in the same sport who does great things can't be compared to Michael Jordan,
Speaking
but somebody
of LeBron,
across sports.
I know we talked about that game earlier. That step back three, bro, over Luka.
Over Luka. In his eyeballs.
Like, right in his corner.
To be fair, Luka did the same shit to him in the third quarter.
Yeah, but who's mattered more?
I mean, yeah. LeBron.
Game winning or
it was the
clinching.
It was game clinching.
Whatever.
Because they were up.
LeBron's
5.
shooting better in the last couple years than I ever thought possible. Like behind the 3-point line.
But that's what if he would have gotten this jumper in 2010, bro.
He wasn't bad in Miami.
I guess I should.
But I think playing with Kyle Korver really bumped him over the edge.
It did.
Bro.
He says it himself. Kyle Korver was like LeBron.
So Kyle Korver might be a coach, right?
Someday, for sure.
Like Steve Kerr type. Speaking of,
I don't know about that.
Are we going to talk about it?
The Warriors.
The Warriors. Remember when you said they were going to be a playoff team? Go ahead.
So their whole team gets decimated by injuries.
They've had 3 major injuries in the last 6 games.
Yeah, I know. How was I supposed to foresee that?
You weren't.
Okay.
But Steph Curry does what he does best. Crumbles under pressure. Ayo. Anyway, go ahead.
He was game 5 in the first month of the season.
But the whole team's on his back.
Did you see the play?
I know it's a freak injury.
Okay. So how is that?
Why can't I just be overly dramatic like Skip?
You can. If I was talking to Skip, I'm going to talk to you too. I'm going to
Drip Bayless.
So the NFL trade deadline was last week. There were lots of potential moves, but nothing really major happened. The biggest 2 trade pieces were Jamal Adams.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that.
And Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, him too.
Lots of teams called about Le'Veon. Lots of teams called about Jamal Adams. One of the teams calling about Jamal. There are 2 teams in the running. Baltimore. Ew.
Yeah.
And
wait, for who? Look, he would have played opposite Earl Thomas.
Ew, bro. You know why? Because their other safety tore his ACL. So it was going to be Earl Thomas and Jamal Adams.
Look, if you're going to keep saying stuff like
Marcus Peters and Chris Humphries. That's the basketball player. Marlon Humphries. And
Jimmy Smith. When he comes back.
Ew.
That'd have been the Legion of Boom times 2.
Wow. Anyway,
Jamal Adams is going to kill somebody one day.
He just might, bro. He's so aggressive. But anyway, the Baltimore Ravens obviously didn't get that deal done. But I think they're going to get it done in the offseason. Remind me and we'll talk about it. But the Cowboys were calling about Jamal Adams.
I saw that.
The deal
That's the
was,
one I heard that they might do.
The deal was they were willing to give up a first. Makes sense.
For sure.
But the Jets wanted
more.
A first, 2 seconds, and maybe more.
Okay, now you're asking for a bit much.
The Cowboys were going to do a 1, a 4, and maybe a player. The Jets were
depending on the player, that might be enough to me.
The Jets were like, I need a 1, 2 twos, and extra.
So they're essentially so maybe they were letting it be known that they're willing to deal him, but the price has to be outrageous.
I think what they've done though is that Jamal Adams said, he went to them before.
Yeah, this is one of the things I wanted to talk about.
He said, don't trade me.
I want to be in New York.
I want to be in New York. The Jets are saying we only took phone calls, which you would be
crazy not to,
right?
But
because if somebody comes and offers you a Khalil Mack deal,
so maybe they put the asking price so high because they don't actually want to get rid of him,
right? Or
If they're going to get rid of him,
here's
it's
what's
got to
going to
be
happen,
for something
though.
ridiculous.
They've burned that bridge. I think in the end, after this season, they're going to trade him. And if they
have to now,
you could trade him to Baltimore. And if Dallas comes up, but Dallas can't afford to get him now because he's got 2 years left on his deal, right? So they could get him for this season, they could get him for next season, and then let him walk. But if you get him next year, you only have him for a year, and you got to do contract talks. But if they're going to pay Dak and they got to pay Amari next year, they're not going to have money.
You know who should go get him?
Who?
San Francisco.
God, I hate you. No, because if you have a secondary to go with that front seven,
That's
I'm
what
done.
I'm saying, dog.
Didn't Quan Alexander just...
Yeah, he tore his pec.
Bummer, dog.
We're 8-0, though. I can't believe we let
Ask me if I care.
Is it because you're, like, third in your division and you're sad right now? Because you got to put all your faith in Mitchell?
He is so bad.
Jimmy G played well, though.
He did play really well. But see, that's the thing, is he came through. He didn't have his run game. His defense wasn't playing outstanding, and he did what he had to do to win the game.
Richard Sherman literally came out and said, we did not play championship-level football out there today.
You didn't.
In the last 9 games against the Cardinals, we are 1-8.
Yeah. So, like, for the last 2 years, or 4 years, you haven't beat the Cardinals.
No, we don't. We don't play well against them.
But they, you know,
but
they
it's
won,
those in-division games,
But they
though.
won 4 games last year, right?
2 of them are against us. Yep.
That's incredible. You know, I think Nick Bosa really.
Somebody
called Kyler Murray a squirrel. He looks like a squirrel running around back there. To be fair, it was DeForest Buckner. To be fair, DeForest Buckner is a full foot and 100 pounds heavier than Kyler Murray.
It's a scary man.
His name is DeForest.
Who would have thought? We were 50%, 2 out of 4 in our defensive line picks.
No, you're not. You're better than that.
Who? Solomon Thomas. Where's he at?
He plays 20 snaps.
At the end of the game when we've already got it over.
No,
with.
he comes in on rush downs. And also, you're talking about a 3rd overall pick. That's talent.
You know why you don't like the name Solomon Thomas?
Solomon Grundy?
Because who did we take? How
Shut
did we get
up,
Solomon
dog.
Thomas?
You were going to get him anyway. How about this? We did you a favor. Instead of drafting him at 2, you drafted him at 3. You're welcome.
You know how angry I am that the both of us missed out on Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson?
Yeah, Deshaun Watson got kicked in the face and threw a game-winning touchdown pass.
And then you just got old Bazooka
All
over
of
here.
this to say, Jamal Adams to the Cowboys. Skip Bayless says, not a good trade.
I don't think Baltimore pulls the trigger, man.
No, but they probably don't.
They gave up. What did they give up to get?
I don't know.
Marcus Peters. Oh, they didn't give up much, did they? Never mind. It was like 5th round pick, right?
Yeah. If they think they can win a Super Bowl, yeah.
That defense, yeah. But that's not what I'm taking. They need.
I'll wait.
They need to replace like a pass rusher like they had in Terrell Suggs.
They had him. They let him go to freaking
He's
Green
old
Bay.
as-
No, they
old
let
as
him go to
dirt.
Green Bay. Zadarius Smith played for them last year.
His name is Zadarius. You don't.
That's an awesome name.
I know. You can't keep him.
Anyway, he said Jamal Adams wouldn't be very helpful. His chemistry wouldn't work.
With who, Dallas?
Their current starting safety is Jeff Heath.
That's just.
What do you want me to say, dog? Like, Jamal Adams is a baller.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, he can't really help my
Name
defense.
one thing Jamal can't do.
Exactly.
Could tackle, coverage,
And they
intercept the
kind of
ball.
suck against the run. And he's a damn good run-helping safety. Jamal Adams is a freak, and you're stupid for saying that's wrong. So,
Yeah, I think you're right though. I think the Jets burned that bridge.
I think he's going to leave.
Unless they sat him down
and are
at the
explaining
end of the year,
yeah.
but look, we didn't call people; they called us.
Yeah.
And that's why the asking price was so ridiculous because we
But-
didn't think anybody would go
Right.
for it.
Nobody's going to make those demands. So, last
I don't know.
week...
They got Jalen. Jalen went for a high asking price. Who would you rather have, Ramsey or Adams?
Oh, Jalen Ramsey.
Right.
Without a doubt.
He shuts the whole side field down.
Yeah, you can't. What are you going to do? Throw the ball at Jalen Ramsey? Get out of here.
No.
Jalen Ramsey makes the Rams pass defense or rush defense better. No, I'm sorry. Pass their ability to rush the quarterback is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, because you can't just make a quick decision.
Yeah, I like that.
Not over there.
It's good for Aaron
So
Donald.
why did the Rams trade Aqib Talib to the Dolphins?
To be able to pay Jalen Ramsey?
Probably.
No, that's for real.
For real?
So, but poor Keith Talib, he's like, I'm going to win a Super Bowl, I'm going to go out on top, and then he wakes up and he's the Miami Dolphin.
Gosh. So you purposely tweak your ankle bad enough where you never play again, right?
I got this thing.
This thing in my foot hurts when I step.
The way my checking account's set up, I left it in
I landed
LA.
in Miami, and it's weird. I blew my hammy out. It's crazy.
I stepped off the plane. I twisted my forearm bone.
Who do they still have on that team to trade away? I know they traded Kenyon Drake away.
Yeah.
Who else they got?
Nobody.
Xavier Howard.
Oh yeah, he's pretty good.
Devontae Parker.
Somebody could pick him up. If Josh Gordon made a team, Devontae Parker could
I can't believe Seattle picked him up. But what are you losing?
Nothing.
He doesn't play. You know.
Yeah, what do you don't suffer. But so continuing our Skip Bayless track, Anthony Davis in his 40-point game.
40 and 20?
40 and 20 in
first Laker to do that.
In less than 30 minutes or something.
First Laker to do that since Shaq.
Yeah.
In your face, Bynum.
At halftime, he was 20 and 10, and then he had 20 and 10 in the third quarter.
So I saw a clip.
To be fair, he shot
in
18.
That game,
he shot and made 18 free throws in the third quarter.
I saw a clip of that game where it was a pick and roll with him and LeBron. I'm gonna sign it now. I'm gonna sign a petition. That's not fucking allowed.
You talking about the lob?
Just them two, period. Be on the same fucking team, running pick and roll. It's bullshit.
It is broken.
You can't win either way.
But AD fell and he hurt his shoulder, and he sat out for a few minutes.
Well, that dude probably could have went 50 and 25 at least.
If they would have left him in the game.
That's literally 10 more points and 5 more boards.
It's nothing. And the way they were fouling, yeah, he definitely was going to get that. He came back in the game, he toughed it out, he ended up with 40 and 20. Skip's like, well, I'm a little bit concerned because Anthony Davis starting to show that injury bug. First of all, he came back in the game, and he was like, well, he averages 16 missed games a year. He hasn't missed a game in 3 seasons. New Orleans held him out last year, and he played 75 games the other 2 seasons.
Which I'm sure some of those are resting, like back-to-backs.
Right. And they're like, well, here's the thing. I think he stayed in the game because he's like, oh, I'm in LA, I'm playing for a championship, I'm not going to sit out because I'm a little sore, I'm going to play. Whereas he's like, I'm in New Orleans, they got crab and shrimp after the game, I'm going to rest for a little bit. Like, I honestly think it's never that he was injury prone, it was that he's like, why tough it out?
We talked about this earlier in a previous podcast, where I feel like he didn't have anything to play for in New Orleans.
Not at all.
What are you playing for? You're not. You squeak into the 8th seed. You're playing at
Golden
the time
State.
with Golden State. Woo.
Like,
no, I agree. He's got something to play for now.
Yeah, and he's it's not he's not trying to impress nobody. I honestly think he was tough the whole time. He was just like, you know what? I'd rather be able to play later than
cost myself money.
Right.
And really hurt myself.
Right.
Yeah, that was an impressive game though.
Oh, okay.
Anytime a grown man puts up 40 and 20 against other grown men is
fast as hell. So, Skip, there's a quote that AD had after the Utah game, and he said, AD was talking about workload, and he was like, I know I'm going to play the whole third quarter. I'm going to sit a little bit in the fourth quarter, and I'm telling LeBron he needs to, while I'm sitting down, he needs to get out there and go be himself. Just play ball, no stress, right?
Yep.
So,
I like that.
Apparently that is AD shit-talking LeBron.
No, he's not.
That's what Skip says?
In my eyes, he's gassing him up. Look, I'm not out there, baby. It's your show.
But and
go take care of shit.
What I think he's saying is what we talked about last week. LeBron at point guard does point guard things. What he's saying is, well, I'm not there. You don't got to facilitate to me. Go do you. Like, right. He's not saying...
Who's he facilitating to if AD's not out there?
Kyle Kuzma?
Hey.
I like Kyle Kuzma.
I like Kyle Kuzma.
He's a baller.
I kind of feel bad for him.
Why?
He got screwed over by them getting AD.
Why?
He plays the 4, so now he's got to come off the bench.
Dog, he's like 6'9". He can play small forward.
It's true. He's not bad.
Hey, to be fair...
That might be their death lineup in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. When they go small.
I don't know. So when LeBron does what LeBron does best, when he goes LeGM, as hashtag Chris Smooth likes to say on YouTube, I'd trade KCP.
Dog, no. Who's good? Have you seen
Somebody
him?
Will take him.
Have
bro.
You seen him?
He's terrible.
He is. It's like he forgot. It's like It's like the aliens from Space Jam came and took his basketball ability, and he forgot how to play.
Except he was never that good, so it doesn't matter.
Can you roll with my analogy, please?
No.
Why?
Because aliens wouldn't take his abilities, because you'd have to take 4 other people's to make up for his lack of ability.
That's crazy.
So, here's something crazy. I think they go out and they get another shooter.
They should.
Yeah, who, though?
Yeah, who? Ooh, Kyle Korver.
No, that's stupid.
Why?
Kyle Korver blew his shot with LeBron. He was wide open in the corner, and he bricked it.
Yeah.
Bro, you could have hit that 3.
That's not true.
I could have.
I can't shoot.
Give me it. I'm hitting it.
I'll pass it to you.
I'll
let you shoot it.
I'm shooting it. Fire on all cylinders.
Ooh, so The Athletic came out and said Dak Prescott is not a naturally athletic quarterback. Now, I want you to know that pissed off one Stephen A. Smith. Because he brought up all the stats about how Dak threw the most catchable ball, he had the most completions, he had all this stuff. What? Completions and accuracy are not the same thing.
Nope.
Because if I throw a ball and the receiver has to jump and do a backflip and catch it, he catches it and I get a completion. Sure. Was it an accurate pass? No. Was the fucking route to Amari Cooper accurate pass? No. Was it a catchable ball? Yes, but it wasn't accurate. There's a difference.
Plus, catchable ball, you have to factor in who you're throwing it to.
There's a lot of things you have to factor in.
How many of those balls did Randy Moss catch that were technically catchable balls? When he's just mossing noobs.
But a lot of them weren't catchable.
How cool would it be to have a term named after you like that?
Moss?
Oh, he just rendered that guy.
That's a new ability in Madden.
I know, it should be.
It is, though.
Yeah, I'm mossing everybody.
I think the ability is, in single coverage, on balls that travel 50 yards in the air, he is guaranteed to win aggressive catches.
Yep. Yeah, I know.
That's broken.
It's broken.
First of all.
Yep.
Second of all, one more thing about Madden. Do you know the double me X Factor? I've got it on Marquise Brown.
Of course you do.
Okay. But it says make 2 catches of 20-plus yards or more to activate it.
I've got that with Hopkins.
Yeah, but you actually have to throw the ball 20 yards. He can't catch a 10-yard slant and run. That's stupid.
No.
Yes.
No, it's got to be 20
Why
yards
does
on
the
the
ball
field.
have to travel 20 yards in the air?
I don't know. Because it's broken. Because if you hit somebody you hit Marquise Brown on a wide receiver screen and he runs 20 yards.
I just hit him on a slant, and he was so fast. He burned up the safety's angle, and I took it for like 80 yards and a touchdown. It was beautiful.
That's what I'm going to do to you when we play together. But it's going to be Will Fuller.
I know.
I'm just going to throw just to him, just to upset you, because watch Notre Dame run down the sideline. He's going to tweak his ankle or something.
Well, hopefully my new quarterback will take care of business. So anyway.
For those of you that don't know what we're talking about, we're in a league together in Madden.
We are indeed. We're in 2. One of them is for funsies, and one of them is because Jonathan
one of them's
fake,
fake, and the other one's because,
because Jonathan wants to make me feel bad about myself.
He's so much better than we are.
It's not even funny. I don't even know how to get better.
I don't even play. I would say play the game, but nope.
No. I don't want to. I don't care. I get too angry. Yeah. I can't. But anyway, what he was going on about all these stats and how good Dak Prescott is. Listen, I'm not saying he's bad. There is a real life difference between completions and accuracy. Just because he had the most completions doesn't mean he threw a catchable ball. Oh, he threw the most catchable ball. That's not accuracy.
No.
Because a catchable ball is anywhere where the receiver can touch it. But if it's behind him and to the left,
and he's got to stop on a dime and catch the ball.
Right. If he has to fall down and catch it.
If it's the difference between a 7-yard gain and a 77-yard gain because of where the quarterback places it. Because he can't stop throwing behind wide receivers.
All right, so.
I don't think Dak is bad. I just don't think he's as good as everyone tries to make him out to be.
I agree. Overrated.
Did you go to Notre Dame or? No. They don't put quarterbacks in the NFL. Oh my God. What am I thinking? Where's Kaiser at? Playing in the Canadian Football League as a backup, am I right? Backup to Johnny Manziel, probably. Go on.
What did I do to
That
you?
was aggressive.
That was aggressive as hell. I thought we were friends. So, we're going to talk about this Aaron Rodgers, or this Tom Brady thing in a second. Because as you know, Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback who ever lived.
That's ever laced him up.
Yep. So, he says here, well, Zeke's just the best I got.
Oh, yeah, because Zeke's just a scrub, right?
He said it like Zeke is a scrub. He's like, well, he doesn't have the burst anymore. He's not.
I don't think Jason Garrett's using him right, man.
He's back. But you can't say it like Zeke's bad. He's
It's
like, well,
not Zeke's fault.
Zeke's turning into Earl Campbell. He doesn't have the burst anymore.
What? I don't even that clip of him running old boy over. That wasn't even a good clip. He literally.
Yeah.
So everyone's touting it as he ran him over. No, the defender
was
was
going
low,
down,
and he just lowered his shoulder on top of his shoulder. He didn't truck him. He just knocked him down to the ground.
It was a meh. They were.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I couldn't do it, but
so we're gonna talk about this video. This is a Tom Brady clip because that's what Skip does. Is he talks about Tom Brady. He was
Go ahead.
It's 2 Tom Brady plays. One of them is. He was talking about, Tom Brady got Mohamed Sanu, and he dropped his first pass he threw to him because Mohamed Sanu's not that good. And he said the words, Tom Brady is athletic. And he was mobile. So we're gonna talk about these 2 plays. Again, it'll be in the description for you. But I'm gonna pause it and we're gonna come back and talk about them. Anyway, so those are the 2 clips I wanted to show you because Skip was talking about how great Tom Brady was.
That throw to Mohamed Sanu was terrible.
It was low inside.
Outside.
It was low and outside towards the linebacker.
And it was double coverage essentially.
Yeah.
It wasn't double coverage. It was literally just 2 guys
in a zone.
Area.
They were running zone, but what the problem was Tom Brady got scared of the pass rush and just turned it through it, and it was low on outside, and he turned him into the linebacker and got him fucked up. And Skip Bayless was like, it was a drop.
Well, again, Shannon Sharp, though. Who are you taking? Whose advice are you taking?
I'm going to take Shannon Sharp. Here's the other thing. That goes back to the catchable. That was a catchable. Technically, it was catchable ball, but it wasn't accurate. And it wasn't a completion. And if he happened to have catch it, that goes on Tom Brady's status as a completion. But it wasn't an accurate throw.
No, it's a terrible throw.
Horrid.
You want to talk about the athleticism?
So then Skip goes on to say, dare I say, did Tom Brady look athletic? He said the words, bolted the pocket.
he did a little head move. Hold on. So Shannon Sharp points out in the clip that it's a 3-man rush.
Yeah.
And he gets out of the pocket, sure, and he makes a throw that I couldn't make, probably.
You probably could.
Probably.
It's not impressive in any way.
He got a touchdown.
Every quarterback in the NFL should be able to do what Tom Brady did there.
Minus probably Jameis Winston.
Leave famous Jameis alone, bro.
The only thing he's good at is stealing lobster legs and crab legs.
Crab legs, sorry. Lobsters don't have legs. They do. It's
all right.
just I thought
you don't eat them.
I don't eat lobster, to be fair. So
I don't eat anything that smells like fish.
We're gonna pause and talk about another clip real quick, and we'll be right back. This one is Skip likes to bring up. So let's segue into this. So he said that Dak Prescott. There's a lot of Dak right here. He said Dak Prescott should be in the MVP conversation. He also said that Dak has outplayed Aaron Rodgers this season.
When? You mean the 7-1 Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
Shut up.
7-1 Aaron Rodgers. So Aaron Rodgers has 16 touchdown passes, 1 interception. Dak Prescott has 12 touchdowns with 7 interceptions. Sure, he's outplayed him. Yep. But
so anyway, let me ask you this. So does that mean that Jimmy Garoppolo has outplayed Aaron Rodgers this year?
No.
Because he's got similar numbers to that. I think he's got 13 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
Yeah.
So does he consider Jimmy Garoppolo
outplaying?
Then shut the hell up. Come on.
So Shannon Sharp was saying Aaron Rodgers is the MVP, if not the front runner, right behind Russell. Like neck and neck.
I don't. That's a hard one.
It's a hard one to pick, right? But anyway, he was saying that Aaron Rodgers, I think, is going to end up winning it overall this season.
I think so too.
Skip said, "Oh, so you're going to have the guy who threw the game-losing interception into double coverage against the Eagles? That's who your MVP is." He picks out that one moment because it's the one game they lost, and it was the pass that got tipped up and intercepted. He's like, "Well, he had a guy wide open in the back of the end zone. He could have just two-hand tossed it. Just here, catch it." He says it so condescending. I want to hit him in his mouth.
How many touchdowns does Skip have?
0.
How many Super Bowl rings does Skip have?
Who say? Well, he considers himself as Cowboy, so he'd probably say 3. But listen, so we're going to talk about this clip really quick about that play against the Eagles, because he says how he just missed it, wide open receiver. He just missed it, and everybody just goes along with he missed it. I need you to watch it in slow motion and tell me if you missed it, okay? We'll be right back. Okay, so you've seen the clip of this. This is the play he uses to shit-talk Aaron Rodgers.
First of all, I want to start out by saying this is the only interception he's thrown all year.
Correct. He's thrown one interception, and it was on this play. Now, this is the classic play. It's a rub route. Now, that's illegal. You're not a pick route. You're not allowed to run that. Or you're not allowed to run into the defenders. Right? Because that's illegal. But if you bump them or whatever, it's fine. Notre Dame got called on it a couple years ago. They run it all the time, especially on the goal line.
Yeah, you have to.
So they're on the 3. They're running. So the inside receiver runs an out. The inside receiver runs a slant. The inside receiver runs and is in between the two defenders, like picking them like he's supposed to. The outside receiver is running the slant. Aaron Rodgers literally throws the ball. He catches the snap and is throwing the football. He throws it, it gets tipped up, intercepted for his only interception of the year. Skip is saying, well, how do you miss the wide open receiver in the back of the end zone? Because as Aaron Rodgers has already thrown the ball and the corners are jumping the route, the guy there not covering anymore is wide open in the back of the end zone. But they'd already jumped the ball.
He already threw the ball. Yeah.
Like, this isn't a bad play on Aaron Rodgers in any way. It's good play on the
It is because he forgot his yo-yo ball on the sideline.
Yeah, he forgot that he could just pull it back
and then throw it again.
There wasn't even a play he could pump fake because you're on the goal line. The pass rush is coming. So he can't, pump fake.
If he pump fake, again, though, who's to say...
They weren't going to go with that guy.
Yeah.
Because, the only reason that guy appears double covered is because the ball had already been thrown.
Yep.
And the guy he's talking about that was wide open in the back of the end zone literally doesn't turn around to look back at the quarterback until the ball's already intercepted.
Pretty much already intercepted, yeah.
So that's
the ball's definitely already been thrown.
Forever ago.
It's already been thrown and tipped before he turns around.
So, that's a totally weak
and
argument.
Like I said right after we watched it, if that rules are reversed and that's Tom Brady throwing that ball, that's the wide receiver's fault for not catching that ball.
100%. Because
you can't keep... This is why this right here is my main evidence for why I don't like Skip Bayless.
He's a
hypocrite.
100%. So Mohamed Sanu is his fault for dropping the ball.
Here's my... I guarantee you can make this same argument for when people start throwing LeBron in the same conversation as Jordan. You can watch the shot of Michael Jordan missing a game-winning shot, and he would say, if he would have just had a little more help, they wouldn't have been here. Same thing for LeBron. He shoots it. Oh, he should have made that. I thought he was clutch. Mm-hmm. Like that. It can't. It has to be the equal.
It's not. It's never has been, and that is part of the reason why it's the biggest. It's the most frustrating thing is he's using. He literally has one bad highlight of Aaron Rodgers, and that's all he can play, because all Aaron Rodgers does is throw touchdown passes
and win.
That's it. That's all. And you're mad because your quarterback has 7 interceptions. Well, only one of those counts.
No.
No.
But the only one that Aaron Rodgers has thrown all year is why he...
It's why he shouldn't be the MVP.
MVP.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. So, hold on. Let me go back to my list here. We're almost done with Bullshit Skip Bayless Says. I promise. So, I can't believe I actually wrote this down. He said, LeBron James isn't on the Mount Rushmore of basketball.
Who's on his Mount Rushmore?
I'm not sure.
Who's on yours?
MJ, LeBron, Magic.
Hold on. So, essentially, who's your top 4 in the NBA history?
Right.
That's essentially who you put, right?
Correct.
I mean, you could argue Jerry West simply because he's the logo, but no. Mine would be Jordan.
Are you saying personal or best players of my personal favorites?
If I take my personal favorites out and literally go who I think is the greatest of all time,
sure.
Yeah,
that's what I thought it was.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
LeBron James.
Yeah.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
Magic Johnson.
That's the same. It's the exact same. He takes LeBron out for...
You could argue maybe swap out Magic for Shaq, maybe. Just simply because of how dominant he was for a while. Magic Johnson was never really dominant because as soon as they ran into the Celtics, you literally didn't know who was going to win that series.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
For sure. But... he said LeBron's not, and he also said LeBron's not going to like being the third option on that team.
Who's the...
Kyle Kuzma.
No.
Because Kyle Kuzma came back, and he's going to be the third option. He's going to throw off all their chemistry.
Kuzma's good.
Yeah.
But not LeBron James and Anthony Davis good. No. Yeah. At the most, LeBron James is your second option because he chooses to be.
Correct. Because he's like, I'll let Anthony Davis do it. But
just a little quick shout out, everybody out there. Who would you put on your
Basketball Mount Rushmore? I would
Mount
love to
Rushmore.
hear it. Facebook comments, Twitter, Instagram. I guess we have one of those.
Sorta. I'm
Anyway,
gonna drop him the ball.
let's go this. So, Kawhi, he was talking about Kawhi had an amazing game against the Spurs. The Kawhi's game against the Spurs actually convinced him he's a Kawhi Leonard fan now, and he says his name as opposed to calling him number 2.
I did like. Did you see the clip of him in Pop Talking?
Yeah, that was cool. But
I love it when they put that personal shit aside.
Yeah, Kawhi, he said he had an amazing game. Showed that he was an all-around player. He was 1 of 16 in the first half.
No.
Yep. And he had 1 assist and 4 turnovers. He ended up with 36 points on 39 shots.
That's some
James Harden
shit.
numbers. Yep. But that was a great game. Stunning performance. Unbelievable. I want to hear the trash he has to say about LeBron's triple-double this weekend.
Oh, I guarantee a lot of it was due to fill in the blank.
The Mavericks
Anthony
being
Davis,
bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're not going to do that. He's not even going to acknowledge it. He's just going to talk about how great
No, because
Luka
Shannon
looked.
Sharp's going to bring it in. Oh, you're right. He's going to talk about
How great Luka looked.
You see this step back on LeBron? That's crazy. LeBron hit the game winner in his eyeballs, dog. Anywho, one more.
Any hooser.
2 more. I lied. So he was talking about how great Kyler Murray looked. Because he's a Kyler Murray. So Kyler Murray had like 200 and some yards passing. In the first half, he had 53. In the second half, he had 195.
Is it because they had to throw the ball a lot?
He had 88 yards on 1 completion.
Okay.
But he's excellent. He's amazing. He was 10 for 12 for 195 yards and 2 touchdowns in the second half. Is that not great? But I guess you only play 2 quarters where Shannon Sharp's from. No, it's because why are they down? Because he played like shit in the first half. You keep talking about it's a whole game. You're right, it's a whole game. So you got to play well the whole fucking game.
San Francisco's defense did not play great against the Cardinals.
And you know what? That happens sometimes. And Kyler almost took advantage of it. But what I'm saying is he was
if he'd have played a whole game of football instead of a whole half, that's what you're saying?
Right, you probably would have won. You
This
only
is
lost by 7.
Another thing I don't like about Skip.
Picks and chooses.
Yeah, you pick and choose. Well,
That's his thing about
fourth
Dak.
Quarter only matters.
Well, Dak almost threw us all the way back against the Jets.
Almost.
And he almost threw us back to an onside kick against...
Almost only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Fact.
That's the only place almost counts.
If you don't know, horseshoes, you get points even if it's close to the ring, and hand grenades blow up.
Hand grenades, you just have to throw it in the vicinity.
Correct. Like
it
Tom
works.
Brady does. Anyway, I'm just saying, it's not a bad performance.
Thomas Wayne. Brady.
It's not a bad... Kyler Murray didn't play...
No.
It wasn't a bad
especially
game.
against arguably the best defense in the league right now.
But his first half was terrible.
Yeah.
So, if you're going to
He
talk
had a
about the
great
whole
second
game...
half, but show up in the first half.
And you probably don't lose. Same thing with Dak. Dak, for 3 games in a row, they totaled 9 points in the first half. The Dolphins held them scoreless in the first half. So
Speaking of the Dolphins, bro, they kind of gave Pittsburgh a game for a second.
They did. Till Juju showed he was the number 1 receiver.
Oh, my gosh.
Anyway,
He had his first 100-yard game all year. Congratulations.
Pat McAfee said the Colts are going to win the Super Bowl this year and that Jacoby Brissett is the best young quarterback in football.
Like right now.
Yeah.
Like right now.
Right now.
Does he forget that Watson plays? Mahomes?
Watson, Mahomes.
Lamar
I would
Jackson?
give Russell Wilson still. He's pretty young.
Lamar Jackson?
Lamar Jackson?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Brissett's not
Brissett's
bad.
playing
but,
good.
But I was talking to Mo about this again.
Yeah, let me hear it.
He pointed out they did for Brissett what they never did for Andrew Luck.
Fucking facts.
Protect him.
So if you put Andrew Luck behind a talented, the best offensive line in football, what do you think that would be?
Undefeated, probably.
Right? Their
Especially in that
defense is
division.
great. Their defense has a couple ballers on it. Darius Leonard is for real.
For real.
Your offensive line is unbelievable. You can literally run the ball forever and a day. And you drop a less talented quarterback in the mix, and you are a Super Bowl contending team just because the rest of your team is that good. Imagine if you had, I don't know, an MVP caliber quarterback.
So, Andrew Luck's sitting at home right now.
He's sitting at home. Mad as shit.
No, I don't think he is. I really don't think he is.
No, because he's a good person.
He's a good person, like better than the. Did you ever seen the compilation of him getting hit?
Hey, good hit, buddy.
How mad would that make you?
You know what makes me angry is that we had a linebacker who would hit you and say nice things.
Don't He's trying to give you a little.
He would tackle you and then say Jesus loves you or something.
Oh God, that's worse.
Like wow.
If he loved me, he wouldn't hit me that hard. How about that?
It's so true.
No, but
for trues.
What are the chances? Give me a
0.
You don't think he comes back?
No, bro, he's not coming back.
So say they get all the way to the AFC Championship game and they lose because Brissett throws a pick. He's not coming back, bro. You don't think Jim Irsay at least calls him and says, "Hey, what are you doing?" Text him at 3 a.m.
You know what's gonna happen?
What are you doing?
Andrew Luck's gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna come back, but I need to come back to a team with a better defense. And I like playing in the cold. So
he's not playing in Chicago. You know how you always roll your eyes at me when I say so and so should go to San Francisco? Now you're just getting just as bad with all these quarterbacks. But Cam is not going. That's not a good move for you.
It's a great move.
Nope.
So keeping Mitch is a better move?
No. Nope. We've already talked about who they should get.
I'm fine. I'll take him.
You're going to have to pay him a lot of money.
Who?
Teddy Bridgewater.
No.
You're going to pay him $25 million a year.
Keep Bridge over Teddy Waters away from me.
Nope. Why? He was 5-0 this year.
Cool. With a great team and an even greater coach.
What would he do with Chicago's defense?
You act like the Saints' defense is much worse than Chicago's.
But I'm saying.
But the coaching is worse.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So maybe it's
take Matt Nagy out back and beat him up until he gives up the play calling.
Until he starts running the fucking football. Did you see that clip I sent you of David Montgomery?
Yeah.
I told you that dude cannot be tackled.
He literally went from running the ball 4 times to 28 times.
Yeah.
Because he threw a fit because your coach is a giant baby.
My coach is an idiot.
He does not like... You can definitely tell that when he goes out and does press conferences that he does not like being questioned of why he did.
He hates it.
That's a part of being in the NFL. If
you think Bill Belichick likes it, dog?
No, but Bill Belichick will just sort of tell you.
Hey, on to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
On to Cincinnati.
Yep.
On to Cincinnati. Anyway.
It's probably why nobody ever wants to interview him.
No.
It's not a good interview.
He's an asshole.
Good.
All right.
Assholes win championships. Not defenses, assholes. That's not true, because Perfect would have like 8.
Anyway, I think that's enough. You got anything else?
Yeah, I got 2 things.
We got.
So, Jim Harbaugh. I know. Jimothy Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh, the coach for Michigan?
Yeah, Jimothy Harbaugh.
Yeah.
It's his new name now.
Okay.
I don't know if you know this, but I think their backup quarterback, J.D. Johnson, announced he couldn't play anymore due to heart conditions.
Oh, bummer.
Harbaugh's going to honor his scholarship.
That's amazing.
And I say that because it's NCAA related.
Yeah.
How have we not talked about what happened in the NCAA? Unanimously so that players can get paid for their likenesses.
I totally forgot to write it down.
However, asterisk, huge one. Because the first thing I jumped to was, so we're going to get an NCAA game next year. They haven't made any changes to their policy online, which means they haven't made any changes, period. Which they're saying that it probably won't get changed until...
For a couple years.
2021, I think.
But I did forget to write that down. Thank you for bringing that up.
Because I got excited.
That's amazing. But that means in a couple years we'll have one.
So
hopefully,
I don't know if anybody knows who this is. He's a pretty big YouTuber. He's been on YouTube for like 10 years, bro. Like successfully.
Wow.
Philip DeFranco.
Yeah, I know him.
I follow him on Facebook, and I tend to not watch his videos, not because they're not entertaining, but because he talks about a lot of depressing shit. Yeah, it's the same reason why I don't watch the news. Yeah, because I don't want to. I already hate this world. I don't need any more ammo. But he was talking about that, and he brought up an interesting point because he said broke it down because for those of you that don't know the situation going on, California passed a law saying that players can get paid for their rights. They should. Yeah, I've said that for years. I said that back when, what was his name? Not Braxton Miller, the quarterback before him.
Terrell Pryor.
When he got kicked out of Ohio State for essentially trading his own merchandise.
You know what was weird is we had a player on my football team named Braxton Miller.
Was he good?
Yeah, decent. He was good running back, all-state running back.
Well, that's pretty good. That's pretty decent.
It's all right.
But he got kicked out of Ohio State for trading memorabilia for tattoos.
Yes.
And I said that was bullshit. Because I didn't understand what the problem was, and I still don't. And then, so anyway, for those of you that obviously don't pay attention to little things, actually, this isn't a little thing.
No, that's big. I totally forgot.
NCAA, when they said that, they came out and they said, quote, what California just passed is unconstitutional.
How do you figure?
Because you're technically in it. They are in it. If you look at it in the devil's advocate kind of way, which I'm about to, you're telling a personal business how to run. But really what you're saying is, they're cutting into your profits, and you don't like it.
Well, 100%. Here's the other thing. Shannon Sharp made a point, and I didn't think about this before, but he was like, no, don't applaud this, because this is them. They could have done this at any point, and they chose not to.
That's what I'm getting to.
Yeah.
So, Philly D, as I like to call him.
Did you hit?
Yeah. So the NCAA comes out, and they unanimously, everyone votes to pass this, and they're applauding themselves. And Philly D said, no, fuck that. He said he's literally trying to take credit for something that a whole state did. Something that you literally said 6 months ago was unconstitutional.
Yep.
So you're literally trying to act like you're spearheading something that you've tried to fight against
the whole time.
Right,
because they're assholes.
So what happened is, I feel like California passed it, and the NCAA was like, all right, this is an isolated incident. The next day, Florida said, hey, that's a great idea.
We're going to
do that too. And NCAA sat down with their lawyer, with their high-powered lawyer team. He was like, so listen,
how do we fix this?
What's going on? Or do we have a chance of kiboshing this? And they were like, absolutely not. No, you're totally going to lose. And you're like, hey, why don't we just get in front of this and seem like we support it? I legit think that
it's because they're bad people.
He made a really good point with that. Like, I didn't think about it like that. Because I was like, oh, it's great. And then he broke it down, and I was like, oh, no, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, no, they're terrible. And, I mean, I'm excited they're doing it, but not because they want me to be excited about it. You know what I mean?
I'm just excited that we might get a college game back.
I hope so. Take my money, EA.
Yeah, for sure. They interviewed him after it got past the EA, whatever the hell his name is.
President guy, sure. Go for it.
The president fall.
Yep.
And he said, as soon as we can hash out a deal, we're going to develop a game, like, the next day. I was like, Of course you are.
They've been
That's
doing
like billions of dollars you don't...
They've been doing it.
And I was talking to Mo at work, and I said, all they have to do is take Madden and just change a couple things.
They have to change more than a couple things.
So, here's my question. So, ever since NCAA's been gone, Mutt has, like, taken over Madden, essentially. Like they kind of put franchise on the back burner.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll see something like a Mutt equivalent in the NCAA?
I sure hope not.
Oh, I think we will for 100%. Because once upon a time...
So you're going to play with great college players then?
Once upon a time, they had, like, they would put out sets where, like, each school, you'd put in all the players in for, like Notre Dame. You get all the great ones in there, which is like, 3 people? You put them in there, and then you get something.
Like, arguably the greatest quarterback of all time.
I know. Shut up.
He played for your team, you fuck.
I know, but it was the 80s. It was a different time. Anyway, so I think they might do something similar to that because EA is a bunch of money-grubbing.
That's facts.
But... they can't not make a game. In today's society, period, you don't... it's hardly ever you see a game without microtransactions. And a $60 game...
Okay, but what I need them to do is if you're going to rely so much on the microtransactions, bring your game down. And also, if I download...
There's no reason that this should be $60, right?
No, first of all, no. And second of all, if you download the game, it should not cost $60. Do you know why a game costs $60?
Because of
the fucking packaging.
Yeah.
And the book used to come in there, the instruction guide, and the packaging, and how many people go into making the packaging. If I download the game, I should get it at least $10 off.
At least.
At minimum.
At least.
And... if you made I would probably be more into Mutt if I could put $20 in instead of spend $60 and I'm up to $80. Nah, dog, I'm out.
And not only that, but at the same time too, that's literally. I don't care how you spin it. It is pay to win.
100,000%.
Because I play Mutt, but I don't. I'll admit I'm a little guilty. I have spent money on it.
Sure, everybody does. Microtransactions.
I've also played online, bro. It is ridiculous.
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't play Mutt. I watch Mutt. I watch people play Mutt.
Yep.
And But the thing I've noticed is that the card, because you can get cards for free.
Yeah, you can.
But you have to do a lot of bullshit.
A lot of bullshit to build them up.
Second of all, the free-to-play cards aren't as good as the ones you can buy.
Nope.
And you can get off-brand versions and power them up.
But here's the thing, and I just learned this. Power-up cards, you have to get other versions of them.
Yeah.
I remember, I nerded out, actually, literally the last week when we recorded. I was playing Mutt, and I had to call you because I was in a conundrum because I didn't know who to take. So they put out so essentially every week they were putting out a player,
a special
and
player,
you could get their card. And if you did 10 in a row, 10 weeks in a row, you would get a
fully
set, and you could get everyone in that set. You could get their maxed out. That's not even their maxed out version. So essentially, what it is, the power up version, I need to use that 92 overall to get him to 93.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all of them, all the other ones that I have are useless because the only one I can use is Michael Vick.
Isn't that dumb?
It's stupid. Or pay a fuck ton of coins to get them.
And to get the power up card all the way up, you got to spend training.
Yeah.
Which is
the only way you can get that I know of is selling cards.
You can sell the cards. You don't get it through doing events.
No, not all of them.
That's gay.
And even if you do,
that's stupid.
That's like 10. Like there's there's a mode in there where you play like through a whole team's schedule, but then not all the teams are on there, which I don't understand. I think there's like San Francisco, Jacksonville. There's like 6 or 7 teams. Anyway, they give you one card. The max you can get is 86 overall on there. Yeah, you get it's one player.
I remember when the first time I ever looked at Mutt, I think the first time Mutt came out was RG3's rookie year.
Makes sense.
Because I remember I wanted that RG3 card. And I also hate that they're on contracts.
They're not doing it anymore.
Really?
That's been gone.
Okay. I remember that, though.
But that was really stupid, where you literally had to spend coins to get contract packs. So
pay them on contracts. I thought they still did it last year, but I could be wrong.
You could do, there's a mode where, I can't remember what it's called, but essentially every salary cap, or essentially every card in your deck, or not deck, you know what I mean?
Yu-Gi-Oh?
Every card in your binder is what they call it, has a number of how valuable that card is, and you have to stay underneath the cap.
I wish they would do like fantasy draft like they do in the NBA, where you can put in the 92 draft or whatever.
But then here's the thing: if they do that, they cost themselves a lot of money
because people won't play Mud as much.
Because 2K has the same mode called My Team, where they do the same thing. But no one plays that because why? If I want to play as Michael Jordan, I'll go play as Michael Jordan right now. Any of them. I want to be anybody.
But that's why 2K is a better game.
Exactly.
2K is better.
I'm not arguing with you.
I like Madden more because I like football more. But 2K is a better game. The
franchise mode is not even close.
The franchise mode in 2K is so good. 2K GMs have their people play 2K to see how good a player is.
The only problem with 2K that I've noticed is sometimes teams will do things that don't make sense.
100%.
Like you'll have a team that already has a good point guard that when come free agency they'll sign the
best.
Yeah, and you're like, why would you do that? If you have, I don't know, help me out.
De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah. If you have De'Aaron Fox, why would you sign Chris Paul?
You wouldn't.
Exactly.
It's not realistic. But if that's the one flaw I'm complaining about,
no, that's the only thing. Their trades make sense. Like they literally will come out and tell you. Like if you try to trade for LeBron James, for instance, they're literally going to tell you, you're asking me to give up an asset that I'm not willing to give. You can literally make players untouchable. You can't do that in Madden.
No.
Although you don't get as many trade offers in Madden as you do.
Nope, not random.
No.
You literally get none. So
there's another thing that the fact that you can tell that they make a lot of money on Ultimate Team. And
what's the biggest banner on that screen right now?
Yeah, Ultimate Team.
I'm just saying. Anyway, I got our third co-host is up and ready to go. She needs to hit the hay. So
follow us on social media.
All of them.
Twitter.
Facebook. Apparently there's a ghost Instagram out there somewhere. Keep an eye on that.
It's ours, but I just haven't helped out on it, so it's my fault. It doesn't work.
I got a shirt you can take a picture of. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week, and thanks for listening.
Later.